Coming up in about 30 minutes, Paul Watson is going to post an article with some documents. Several of our sources, both known to me, were contacted separately about jail facilities being secretly, and that's the big issue, installed inside post offices around the country. Well, Paul Watson and myself just did some searching this morning and found out that there are actually purchase orders for this and that they have a public cover for it, claiming that the post offices and that the mail inspectors, the postal inspectors, are setting up these facilities for criminal investigations of mail fraud and to interrogate their employees. So it always has a dual use, but this is being radically expanded. And Watson was able to confirm, because I was going off memory this morning when I was contacted with this info, that during the Model States Health Emergency Powers Act, when they tried to force all the first responders in the country ahead of the general public, you have to make the first responders take injections first, that they did try to pass legislation to make citizens show up at postal facilities to take forced inoculations for smallpox and other vaccines. You saw another beta test last year with the H1N1 hype, where the federal government lobbied all 50 states and was successful in Massachusetts and New York to have the government come out and say, it's the law, you must take the H1N1 shot. But the people refused en masse, so they had to back off. So we know they're really trying to set this precedent, to take our blood at checkpoints without warrants, to naked body scan our bodies, and to now they admit that they lied about it earlier. They are recording your body. They are saving it. They do make fun of people. They do print off the naked printouts of movie stars. They do make fun of their other employees' genitalia size when TSA has to go through it. And they now admit, okay, they're going in everywhere. Your children must do it. We are recording their naked bodies. Again, it's all about being over the top. Breaking our will. And so that's just some of the news and information that we're going to be covering today. Watson, in the next 30 minutes, will post our story that ties in to the rest of the confirmed FEMA camps, clergy response teams, federalization of police, the MIAC Homeland Security reports, where almost all the training is to take on gun owners, conservatives, libertarians, returning veterans. There can be no longer any doubt. FEMA camps are real. Our country is one giant prison camp. The public schools are acclimation centers for the prison society. Our Bill of Rights is gone. There is warrantless wiretapping. There is spying on the American people going on. That's all illegal. We have a criminal, out-of-control government. There can no longer be any doubt about that. Now, first I want to go through some of the top stories today. And then I'm going to get into just a small snapshot example of propaganda on television. I can't watch ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox. It is physically painful because I am awake, I am aware, I understand their propaganda tactics, and it is demoralizing to watch it because I feel so sorry for the people involved in the evil. And I watch them enjoying it so much and being such willing participants in their own destruction. That's why a lot of times I say no to mainstream media coming down here and interviewing me, because just the spirit of the reporters, the arrogance, the chutzpah, the bravado, the satisfaction that they're part of the system, and they're so self-assured, and many of them know the system's corrupt and brutal and evil, and they just enjoy being part of it. Dan Harris is a diminutive Napoleonic individual Nothing against that. I'm only 5'10 and a half, 11. But I'm kind of like a chihuahua. I think of myself as huge. So I've never really had an issue with not being really tall. But this guy, I think he's like 5'3" or something. And very calculating, very manipulative. And I said, I know you're going to come down here and not air it. I know you're getting file footage and lying to me and saying it's going to air. And I know that you're not going to return my phone calls once you leave. But I said, come on down here. It's Nightline and ABC Nightly News both. Come on down here. Same thing with Chris Matthews people. Same thing with HBO. Same thing with all of them. I mean, they've all been told, get footage of Jones so that after we bust a cap in his butt or set him up or do whatever we're going to do, we can have something out there to knit together. But see, I go willingly to the slaughter. I'm not like you. I didn't sell out. I know you think you're beyond good and evil, and this is the way the world's always been, and there's always been an elite, so you might as well just join it and be part of it and buy into it. You are so foolish.